I'm Hallie Jackson. For all of us here at NBC, thanks for watching and have a great week.
KUAM TV8, home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
On KUAM News Primetime.
Federal officials are giving the public more time to comment on a proposal for deep-sea mining in the Marianas, but the governor said it still falls short of what's needed. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the details coming up.
Senator Will Parkinson introduces legislation aimed at procurement reform. More details coming up.
And in business, we head to Hagåtña, where a popular food truck has set up shop in a new location, bringing their signature island flavor to downtown patrons. From all of us here at the KUAM studios in Harmon to all of you all over the world, happy holidays and hafa day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. This is Primetime, and these are tonight's top stories. Well, a federal proposal that could allow deep-sea mining near the northern Marianas is drawing growing attention. While federal officials have extended the public comment period, local leaders say it falls short of what's needed for a thorough and responsible review. On the other hand, companies showing interest in the commercial leasing claim they can mitigate environmental impacts with robots powered by artificial intelligence. It's tonight's top story with Mitsuki Hirayama.
The Bureau of Ocean Energy Management, or BOEM, has extended the public comment period on a proposal that could open waters near the CNMI to deep-sea mineral mining. The new deadline is January 12. In a statement, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero says while the extension is a step in the right direction, it is not enough. She says Guam and the CNMI need a process that truly reflects the complexity of these issues and respects the time it takes to consult our people, our scientists, and our cultural leaders. Guam and CNMI leaders jointly asked for a 4-month comment period, but federal officials approved only a 30-day extension. As reported under President Trump's directive, BOEM issued its request for information in November, beginning a process that could eventually lead to commercial mineral leasing east of the Marianas Trench Marine Monument between Rota and Guam. Just before Monday, BOEM received over 881 public comments, many of them expressing environmental and cultural concerns, and some from interested companies like Impossible Metals Incorporation. The California-based company says it can mitigate environmental impacts with their AI-powered robots or advanced underwater vehicles.
The robot uses camera-based artificial intelligence to control its arms, selectively collecting nodules while minimizing sediment disturbance and avoiding all visible life.
They want to harvest polymetallic nodules. These include nickel, copper, cobalt, and manganese. These small rocks are considered key manufacturing resources for defense and energy initiatives. The corporation says they'll commit 1% of the profits to the CNMI, but local activists argue you can't put a price tag on the ocean.
And when you really look at the value of our coral reefs, this is an industry that's worth millions more than that. And so we really need to understand the risks and understand that this has no real benefit for our islands in the Marianas.
Meantime, the extension follows the administration's advocacy in Washington, D.C. last week, with meetings led by Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio. He says he raised concerns directly with federal officials from the Departments of Defense and Interior. Tenorio says, quote, Guam cannot be an afterthought in federal decision-making, adding this extension alone does not address the deeper need for a process that fully includes Guam and the CNMI. Back here at home, community advocacy has been growing. Pritay Guahan held a protest and community meeting last Friday, urging residents to submit public comments.
We don't have to be experts. We don't have to understand the law or the science. We just need to say why this matters and how it's going to impact our lives directly. This is our food security. This is the health of our oceans, which keeps us safe from rising temperatures in a climate crisis.
Again, local leaders and advocates emphasize now is the time for the community to speak up before any final decisions are made about deep-sea mining in the Marianas. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Well, Suki, this past Saturday, the Micronesian Climate Change Alliance gathered the community at the Litexen area, also known as the Retidian National Wildlife Refuge, for its annual Walk for Water event. Held under the theme Linatle'i Hanom, meaning water and life in our native tongue, the event came at a time of escalating environmental concern for Guam, highlighting the intersection of environmental health, cultural survival, and climate justice. Organizers say the walk was a call to corrective action, raising awareness about growing threats to Guam's water resources and the continued survival of the indigenous Chamorro culture, while affirming access to clean drinking water as a fundamental human right. Participants voiced their opposition to the construction of a live firing range above the Northern Lens Aquifer and stood in solidarity with the ancestral landowners of Litexen. The gathering additionally launched a new campaign opposing deep-sea mining in the Marianas, citing serious risks to ocean ecosystems and Pacific Island fishing cultures. The mile-long walk through Litexen was led by fishermen, cultural practitioners, and community leaders, and was marked by Chamorro chants and songs led by Guma Matangi and students from Magalahan Hural Academy Charter School. Educational activities rooted in indigenous environmental teachings, demonstration of traditional medicines, keynote remarks on water contamination and indigenous rights, and performances by local musicians and Litexen family members rounded out the day, honoring the land, the water, as well as our ancestors. In other island news tonight, a man accused in one of Guam's most disturbing murder cases may never be fit to stand trial. Superior Court Judge Alberto Tolentino said Donovan Allen Chargaloff Ornelas could be deemed permanently incompetent, raising the possibility that his case could be dismissed or shifted to civil commitment. Ornelas is accused of killing and beheading his uncle, 61-year-old Andrew Ray Castro, in the Santa Rita Sumay murder case. A court-ordered forensic evaluation found that Ornelas is not currently competent to proceed, and questions remain over whether he can be restored. Defense attorneys raised concerns about the treatment and medical care he's receiving at the Post 7 Annex at the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, while prosecutors noted legal limits on civil commitment once criminal proceedings begin. The court's now considering appointing an independent evaluator to determine whether Ornelas can regain competency. A follow-up status hearing, has been scheduled for mid-February. Elsewhere, a man accused in a violent string of crimes across the island last April will have his trial delayed as the court determines whether he is competent to stand trial. Jeremy Mo John Pangilinan appeared before Superior Court Judge Alberto Tolentino, who set a new hearing for January 14th to allow clinical psychologist Dr. Juan Rapadas to appear in person and explain what additional testing is needed to complete his evaluation. Pangilinan faces multiple third-degree felony charges, including terroristic conduct, weapons offenses, and drug possession. Police say the April incident involved attempted carjackings, confrontation, and a shooting in Telefofo that sparked a massive manhunt ending with a high-speed chase and his arrest after he was shot by officers. His Honor told Pangilinan further psychological testing must be completed before the case can move forward, and that he's expected to appear in court in person at the next hearing. Well, bipartisan legislation led by Guam Congressman James Moylan is moving forward in Washington, bringing new hope for students across the U.S. territories. On Friday, Moylan's bill seeking to guarantee in-state tuition rates for eligible students from Guam, the NMI, American Samoa, and the U.S. Virgin Islands who attend public colleges and universities in the mainland, backed by territorial delegates, passed through the U.S. House and Education Workforce Committee. Now, the measure seeks to amend the Higher Education Act of 1965, requiring federally funded public institutions to charge territorial students no more than in-state tuition, often 2 to 3 times cheaper than out-of-state rates. The delegate says the legislation tackles one of the biggest affordability barriers territorial students face, adding that it invests in the future workforce, leadership, and economic strengths of the island. Committee Chair Tim Walberg echoed that support, noting that territories like Guam play a vital role in the nation and deserve stronger workforce pathways. Here at home, Guam Youth Congress Speaker Austin Fortuno introduced a resolution in support, noting rising tuition costs increasingly deter young people from pursuing their dreams. He says, quote, Guam's youth are ambitious, driven, and deeply committed to serving our community. Whether it's a first-generation student hoping to break new ground for their family or a young person passionate about returning home as a doctor, lawyer, or public servant, this legislation, he writes, ensures that the cost of education does not become a barrier that stops them from achieving their dreams. Now, if enacted, the bill could afford more affordable doors for island students and help bring critical skills back home. Let's move on in our rundown now as we need to end the ability to weaponize the automatic stay against the public interest. That's what one senator had to say, introducing legislation aimed at procurement reform. Destiny Cruz-Langus has a breakdown of this latest proposal.
It's legislation proposing a major shift in how procurement protests are handled on Guam. Senator Will Parkinson introducing a bill to reform the system by eliminating the automatic stay that currently brings government projects to a halt whenever a protest is filed. Under existing law, a timely protest automatically freezes solicitation, contract awards, and project performance until all appeals are resolved, without requiring the protester to demonstrate a likelihood of success or irreparable harm. Parkinson argues that this has allowed disappointed bidders to delay critical public projects for years. He points to the decade-long delay in rebuilding Simon Sanchez High School as a prime example. Most recently, a protest filed in November triggered an automatic stay, stopping demolition just days before it was scheduled to begin. The bill would make clear that filing a protest alone would no longer stop procurement. Instead, projects would move forward unless the public auditor or the Superior Court affirmatively orders a stay under a strict legal standard, similar to federal bid protest injunctions. Under the proposal, any protester seeking a stay would be required to file a separate motion supported by sworn evidence of immediate and irreparable harm, post a bond equal to 2% of the contract value or $5,000, whichever is greater, and show a strong likelihood of success while proving the stay would not harm the public interest. If a protest is found to be frivolous, malicious, or intended to cause delay, the bond would be forfeited to the government. If it is found to be non-frivolous, the bond would be returned. The legislation also establishes timelines for decisions and allows the governor to lift a stay when necessary to protect public health, safety, or welfare. Parkinson says the reform aligns Guam with national best practices and prevents procurement protests from being used to stall urgently needed schools, hospitals, and infrastructure projects. For the full proposal, visit KUAM.com.
We're going to take a little break, everybody, but please stay tuned. The live stream continues. KUAM.
This holiday season, the magic is near. In every aisle, it's crystal clear. From decor that dazzles, to toys that bring joy, to sweet little treats for each girl and boy. Lights that sparkle, gifts from the heart, it all comes together at Kmart.
KFC. Celebrate the holidays with KFC Hot and Spicy Chicken and Honey Hot Wings Holiday Feast. Bringing back our best ones through the years. All that deliciousness for just $39.95. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replay, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Welcome back to Primetime. Our island is a step closer to bringing our newest power plant fully online. GPA says the Ukadu power plant began reliability testing on Sunday with the final and most critical step before entering commercial operation. The testing requires the plant to run continuously for a week under real-world conditions to ensure it can safely and consistently carry Guam's electrical load. GPA crew members will remain fully staffed and on standby throughout the process, ready to respond if any issues do arise. General Manager John Beneventi says the testing phase is designed to identify and correct any problems before the plant is officially commissioned, adding adjustments during this stage are normal for a project of this scope and magnitude. While GPA says isolated outages may be possible, widespread or prolonged disruptions are not expected. Once in fact commissioned, the Ukadu plant is expected to replace aging generators, reducing fuel consumption by more than 900,000 barrels a year, and improve long-term system reliability and affordability for ratepayers. Holiday headlines for you now as the Salvation Army made the trek down to Marito Martyrs Memorial School Monday morning, dropping off some holiday cheer. Almost 200 students were gifted with toys, which brought smiles to their faces. Our Jonah Gonçalves has more from the home of the Dolphins.
Fourth grade teacher at Marito Martyrs Memorial School, Jody Nelson, best described the reaction of her and her students.
This is the kind of stuff, like hands-on things that they can play with, and I'm super excited as a teacher, so I really appreciate it. And they were excited to be able to come over here. They were surprised getting a gift, so very thankful, very appreciative.
It was on Monday morning, Salvation Army made a special delivery to the home of the Dolphins with assistance of board members, Department of Parks and Recreation Police and their mascot, Chase, helping pass out toys to the students.
We're so grateful that Chase came over and made all the faces of all kids glow with smiles. So Christmas is a season of giving, and Christmas is a season of joy as well. So we're so thankful with the Police Department, Park and Rec Division for having Chase come over and join the Giving Day today.
Salvation Army Guam Corps Officer Major Eric Tamale.
We're so grateful that we're able to come and make the children happy today, as we anticipate Christmas is for children, and everyone here in this community deserves to be happy.
Tamale reiterating that this was made possible by the tradition of giving to the Salvation Army's Toys and Joy program.
Through the contribution of our community partners, it was initiated by the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots. They are the main sponsors of the toys that we collected this year, and of course KUAM Care Force, who did a good turnout with their Giving Tuesday. And there are some other businesses and individual schools who made a toy drive for us. So we're so thankful that this year we're able to continue the tradition of giving.
And as kids lined up to get their gifts and played with their new toys, Nelson simply says,
We appreciate all the help that we can get around here for these kids. So they're excited. It's our pajama day, as you can tell. So just keep giving, keep supporting.
Jonah Gonçalves, KUAM News.
That's my buddy Jody Nelson there, so congratulations to her and her students. Job well done to the Salvation Army. All right, some of the hardest working people on the island throughout the holiday season are our very friends at the Salvation Army's Guam Corps, and today they completed another mission coming up here north, stopping by the KUAM studios in Harmon to corral a donation of over 100 toys that we collected to help them. Our staff loaded up the gifts for kids to have a happy Christmas into the Army's famed truck to be distributed at their toy store over in Tidsin. We hope our little gesture brightens the day of some young ones in about a week and a half time. Now to island business news now. This may be challenging times in the private sector, but where one organization makes a tough decision to close its doors, another sees opportunity and a chance to make their dream happen. And a family-owned operation that's been serving up meals with island-style love opened a new location in a prime spot in perhaps the most challenging industry of all.
So pono in Hawaiian means to be righteous, to be good, to be giving, and so that's kind of like, that's what I fell in love with the brand. Essentially, it's just it puts you in a really good mindset. Like every day, you know, you gotta do good by your neighbors.
It was just Bert and I just doing the food truck on our own for maybe a year and a half. And then now we're here in our little restaurant.
Their sign, their slogan, their mission statement says it all. Hapade Zan Aloha. Pono Hawaiian Girls' beautiful blending of Pacific cultures rooted in family, food, and love at the opening of their new downtown restaurant isn't just how their menu is formed, it's the foundation of their company.
We originally just wanted to do the food truck and see where the brand took us. And then we saw a lot of love from everybody around the island, and we saw our brand growing, and so we decided to just try to find a place that fits us for now, right? So we're just really happy to be here in Hagåtña, and we're just happy to have a place where people can come and sit or pick up their food and not have to find out where our food truck is.
Having made their rounds at countless village events, fiestas, and festivals as a mobile operation, they've now expanded with a full restaurant. Married couple Bert and Naomi manage the operation, with he being an experienced restaurateur and she masterfully handling day-to-day operations for this very unique type of business.
With every business, you have to, we treat this like our home. So we greet everybody, we welcome everybody. This is our home. We want to make sure that we have an opportunity to establish a really good relationship with our customers.
Being on a food truck, it's time management, right? So, but it's nice to see people come in here and just, you know, relax and sit and eat. Although if you want a fast dining service, you know, that's available here, or just pick up and go.
The changing environment from mobile kitchen to fixed dining room benefits their customers and leverages their prime location.
This is the heart of Guam, right? Hagåtña City. And, you know, we've always wanted to be here. It just so happens that this place opened up, and we were able to come in here and, you know, make this our new home. And we look forward to seeing what the future holds for us.
And among their mouth-watering array of comfort food entrees is their signature musubi, a simple construct of a protein layered on rice and wrapped in seaweed with a secret twist that makes a distinct impact.
I think what's different about our musubis is we make all our sauces from scratch here. So I think it's our teriyaki sauce that makes it really, really special.
And a serviceman in the Air Force who just happened to be passing by Boat Basin noticed Pono's grand opening sign, pulled up, and had the honor of being the new location's first diner.
I got the North Shore.
Okay.
I wanted to do it just looked good. It was spicy.
Yeah. The creamy wasabi.
Yeah.
There you go. And Bert, man, first meal served in a new place.
I'm excited.
Happy customers mean return customers. Mission accomplished.
Now for a look at your
Here's an
world.
uplifting holiday view of the Ave Maria statue at the Church of San Vicente San Roque in Barragán.
All the Whos of Whoville were laughing and eating. The Grinch from his lair started plotting and scheming. He thought to himself, how can I ruin their holiday meals? They'll truly despise dill pickle seasoning on fries. They're all in for shocks when I stitch them odd socks. So if you want to experience the Grinch's new meal, you can head to McDonald's and show him how you feel. The new Grinch meal, now at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby! Wisely kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
GU Self Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Plines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here. You know, everybody, the holidays is all about friendship, and when it comes to our Pulitzer Prize winning photographer, the incomparable Manny Crisostomo, he extends friendship to each and every one of us as his neighbors, as his family members, as his fellow Guamanians, and we are celebrating 50 years, 5 decades of Manny's absolutely amazing work, taking pictures, capturing moments and everything. So please make sure to check out the UOG Class Lecture Hall on the 17th at 5:30 in the afternoon, because you are going to be able to not only see Manny's work, but also hear the stories behind them. I've run into Manny several times over the years. Really, really great guy. I'm a big fan of his work. All right. I'm also a big fan of the work that the Academy of Our Lady of Guam has always done, 76 years now. They've been educating young women with Catholic doctrine, and they are having a tea event for all alumni. I still say alumni, but alumni. Anyone who graduated from Academy, let's say it that way. You know, my Nina graduated from Academy. My goddaughter graduated from Academy. My ex graduated from Academy and everything. So much respect for Academy, and if you graduated from there, please make sure to participate. The sisterhood is a bond that lasts forever. All right, Soja is returning, and we told you, everybody, that you have to make sure to make plans to be at the Leo Palace, because on the 17th, also the same day as Manny Crisostomo's exhibit, you are going to be able to check out the Soja event. And then we have a NBA Game of the Week this week. Who we got, Ricky? Denver Nuggets will be playing in the first game of the doubleheader. Oh, they're playing the Mavs. What's up with Cooper Flagg? And then the Rockets and the Clippers. So if you are a fan of West Coast basketball, we got you covered right here on KUAM TV. We've also got you covered for birthdays, which is right now. Happy birthday on the 15th of December. 10 days away from Christmas, you guys. Santa is getting ready. But before that, we got to wish happy birthday to Christina Imelda Gabertan. Happy birthday number 4. Today's your special day, and may God bless you with many more birthdays to come. Your family says we love you. Zaylee Giviel Mendiola, happy birthday number 11, princess. Mom, Dad, and your brothers are sending you the very best. Happy birthday to Tess Serkina. Ma, thank you for all that you do, and we love you, says your family. And happy birthday number 3 to Mason Regis, to a fun-loving, energetic person. May God bless you always. Your family says we love you. And also, last but certainly not least, happy birthday to KUAM kid Zariah Sablan, and your very, very proud daddy says, watching you grow into a teenager is a privilege and a joy. We love you always, the family. And Rai, hey, from all of us here at KUAM, we've watched you grow up. We're so proud of you, and we all wish you a very, very happy birthday. And you know what? Snacks are good. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
All right, I just want to add on a personal note, I'm a very, very proud work uncle of Zariah, and trust me, I've seen her play all sorts of sports. I really, really feel bad for that piñata. All right, Zariah, happy birthday to you and everybody whose birthday was today, and happy holidays to all of you, you and all your families, everybody. Please be safe on the island roads. Thanks so much for watching. We'll look for you tomorrow night.
right. Well, it's been a year.
Oh, wow.
It's what? It's December now?
Yes.
So we should do a year in review.
Yes.
And thank yous.
Yes.
And happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, thank you to the KUAM team for having us.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, who started it all was Nick Delgado, Peter Anderson,
Yes.
Jonathan
Both veterans.
Travers. Yes.
And then
they were the first podcast that we had, right?
yes, and Joan
All
also
veterans.
is married to a
veteran?
Yes. So we got a lot of veteran connection.
And then our producer, Jake Sablon.
Yes.
And then our former producer, Jen Chargala, right? She
Yes,
started with
very
us.
nice, uh-huh.
So, you know, thank you to the whole KUAM team and for everyone watching Veterans with Benefits podcast. And, you know, we never have enough time to talk about everything, but we do want to talk about, you know, the whole year and 2026.
Oh, and if it weren't for Joe letting us in the front door.
Oh, yes. Joe, always opening the door.
Yeah, so thank you, Joe.
Joe here at KUAM.
Yes.
And then also happy holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving with family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Christmas coming up.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year
Mm-hmm.
to everyone.
Yes. So 2025 for veterans here in Guam. Locally, it was proclaimed Year of the Veteran Count and Registry.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, we have different numbers, right? We have the local number, which has always been somewhere around 20,000, 24,000, 25,000. The CBOC number, which is hovering around 6,000. And then the Veterans Benefits number is around, what was that, 11 or 10?
Gosh.
1,000 here on Guam?
One was 9, one was 11. Very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they also use some of the
DHA.
census.
Oh,
the
census. Okay.
Yeah, so the DHA is the most relevant that we've got,
Mhm.
and that came from the Congressman's office
Mhm.
and their staff. Of
Mhm.
course, that was also, you know, put together by a lot of great folks in different entities, like the Joint Micronesian Task Force, right? You know, we had some good folks there. I think that's Admiral Lasky, right, and their group.
Mhm.
Really good, effective folks down on the ground, you
Mhm.
know. So a lot of his good team effort there, trying to take care of all the people here on the island and in the region. So in Micronesia, right? So good folks there, you know, listening and getting out there, trying to take care of all the things that we need for our veterans.
And then we also there was a lot of outreach events.
Oh, but what was the number, by the way?
What number?
Because weren't we talking about the number from, you mentioned DHA, Year of the Veteran Count and Registry?
What do you mean, what number?
Did they ever give us a good number?
Oh, I think it was 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000 plus was the number. And
Yeah.
that number came out during our symposium that we
Mhm.
had up at UOG in collaboration with
Right, the
UOG
congressman
and all our folks.
gave us that number.
Yep, that came from his
Yes.
staff.
Mhm.
But we do know that a lot of folks are working on that, you know, reaching out to all our different sources, trying
Mhm.
to come up with that number. And the number came from DHA, right?
Right.
Department of
Health Administration.
Okay,
Mhm.
very good. And that's good. So that's one of the things that we accomplished, right? Of course, that came out of the task force. It was a request from General Benny Polino to pay attention and get those things going. So thank you to the General and to Tom Atta, who was actually kind of the lead on taking the task of, you know, doing a lot of these different projects. So good job on both of them.
So moving on, we did a lot of outreach events, which is needed for veterans,
Mhm.
right? Because a lot of veterans don't know what services or benefits are available to them.
Right.
So outreach is important. And I think that's one of the things that, you know, was highlighted in, you know, the different events that we'll talk about coming up. But a lot of outreaches.
Yeah, the OPA report, I think, mentioned that.
Right,
but
yes.
So what outreach did we do? We
So
had the monthly...
We had the Quality of Life Expo.
Okay.
And that's happening every year.
Mhm.
And that's sponsored by, I think it was MWR.
Sounds about right.
J9? Oh my gosh, I'm going to get
Yes.
it wrong.
Yeah, I think it's J9.
So, because that was so long ago. Gosh, I think it was in February.
I think that would have been our
UOG?
second or third one.
Yes. AUNG.
Yeah, right. Yes.
So that Quality of Life Expo, that brought local veterans and active duty. So it really is catered towards active duty. So when you talk to active duty and you say, "Are you a veteran?" A lot of them think, "Oh no, I'm not a veteran because I'm still in." You're a veteran. As long as you raised your right hand and you are going to get a DD 214, you're a veteran. So there are things that we talk to the veterans about, the active duty about, once you're about to separate or retire, you should really come to one of the benefit boot camps, right? Because there are a lot of things you can be doing now to get ready to file your VA claim.
That's right.
Tender love and care.
Did we invent crispy chicken? Nah. We just put it where it belongs, inside burritos and tacos, obviously. Extra saucy. 2 strips, huh? Look at that. Overachieving? Sure. Did you ask for it? No, but we did it anyway. Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. You're welcome.
Parents, would you like your child to be well prepared for school? The Guam Early Learning Council believes in building a supportive community to help your child be successful in school and in life. If you would like resources and information to see if your child is reaching key stages of growth for school, call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. excluding holidays. We are here to assist.
I'm going to school. I'm going to learn and play. That's so cool.
For a lot of those that are listening out there, right, there's been things we used to do in the old days where, we suck it up. We don't go to sick call. If you go to sick call, you're weak, and there's, I think, a movement in the military to kind of get the service members to be a little bit more like the special ops groups, where they train really, really hard, and when they get injured, they get the best quality of care to patch them up and get them back into regular work again. So by doing that, I think it really does a benefit to all of our service members, because one, they don't have to hide that injury and it doesn't get worse over time. And now that it's recorded, now, they don't have to be afraid, because it's taking an injury and it makes them get the needed care so that they now can, operate and function at the highest level that they're expected to function at. And it doesn't put the burden of trying to treat and care for these veterans once they get out of service. And these are some of the things we do when we go to a lot of the active duty places. We talk to them about, hey, we understand that a lot of the youngsters, right, they're trying to get some time off. I mean, or get some slack, right, somewhere, anywhere they can. But one of the things we have to do is be sure to also, make sure that they're getting cared for, treated, and operating at 100%, because you want that when they're being deployed to combat or any of their missions. What we don't want is for them to be holding it, hiding it, trying to get through, and after they get out of service, their service is not going so well because they have these injuries that in years past, if you told somebody you had an injury, they immediately start paperwork to get you out of the service. And for many of the folks, especially here on this island, right, it's a job that they want and they need to care for their family. And what we don't want is we push them out of the Guard and Reserve or even the active duty, and we in the federal government damage them. More importantly, we send them off to combat and they come back and we do our best, but they still fall through the cracks. The problem with that is you got to do a little bit more than just try. You really got to pay attention to them because they're under your care. You don't just get these men and women and you use them and then you spit them out at the end of their enlistment and expect that the government of Guam's GMH is going to take care of them and they're going to fall, into the system. So we don't want that. If you are in the service, your Department of Defense or Department of War today, it is your duty to take care of these people, care for them, and do everything in your power to take care of them. You have more money than the government of Guam, and we should be embarrassed if we're pushing these people out of the Guard and Reserve without running them through a system that will tell us that we've done everything that we could. No, you don't get to just sign off and force them to, hey, you signed this, and no, we can't re-enlist you, and because you don't want to do paperwork. Come on, guys, do your job. If you pick these guys up and they're in the service, take care of them and do everything you can. The same way you brought them on should be the same way you send them back out to us. If they're damaged, you fix them or you do the best you can. Medical, retirement, whatever it might be. So you folks got to take care of that.
I think the problem with that is a lot of our local military leaders don't know what the process is. And that's not an excuse, especially for the Guard and Reserve.
And they get paid to run that. If you're at AGR and you're supposed to be taking care of these service members, I'm sorry. Trying to get to lunch is a whole different thing because Mali and Pari are calling you to go eat, right? No. Take care of your job first. Fix those people. It is your responsibility. NCOs, non-commissioned officers, that is your job. In the old days, I used to go to people's homes and check what their living was like with their family members. Are they living okay? Is the house clean? Are the kids okay? How's the spouse doing? Those were jobs that I did as a E4 in the Army. And I'm like, if I had to do that and you're not doing that today, maybe you need to start checking whether or not you know who your soldiers are or who your service members are. Because if you can't take care of the home front, what makes you think he's going to be doing well out in the battlefield? So those are just some things we really got to take care of. So we got to get back to those things. And I know a lot of our older folks, they know these things. Now, if the ones that are subordinate to you aren't doing their job or if they're taking advantage, you got the power to do something to them. Get them in there, run them through the test. If they say no, say, well, if you say no, you got to make sure, because we don't want to hear that guy from Veterans with Benefits on the podcast calling out the leadership, right?
But sometimes we have to, because that's where things will change.
And they need to tell us, hey, no, we ran these guys through. Here's the letter. Because we've seen letters from the past where they were trying to force them out. They made it a point to get them out of the service. Why? Because they get them out of their hair. I'm sorry. The last time I checked, the federal government has more money than the government of Guam.
And it was easier to get them out because guess what that does? It frees up a slot.
Exactly.
But they forget about that member's 12 years that they did, the 2 years that they deployed to Iraq or Afghanistan. And they came back and they're broken. Take care of them.
And it's not like it's just an easy downhill, I'll turn in my VA claims because of this, and they'll just hand me all these benefits and life is just going to be wonderful. It doesn't work that way. So if you're active duty or AGR or in any of the services, if you get hurt, you got to go report it. I'm sorry. And from now on, that's the thing we should be doing. You hurt them and they're in the service, you fix them and return them. Don't return them back to the community and expect the community to take care of a problem that you created and not addressed on the way out. That is your responsibility. You have more money. And you as service members, you got to do your part as well.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The next thing that happened was the summit up at Anderson. So that was geared towards active duty. So active duty.
Well, and veterans too, right?
Yes, well, yes, veterans, but mostly those up at Anderson because, or Navy, or if you have access to the base.
Yes.
Because a lot of veterans who only served 4 years and they, separated, they don't have any way to get on the base. So we had it on Anderson, and then we did that in partnership with West Care, Wounded Warrior, and also with MWR.
That's correct. That's Ed Biakin over there.
Right.
They kind of put that together, and they have a lot of services up there. So, Ed, if you're listening, thank you for all you do, and you and your team up there. And you still got to see me. You can't avoid my phone calls all the time. I know you're a busy man.
And that was the Veteran Summit. Oh,
Yeah.
but before that, didn't the convention happen around that time?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What
we
month
did.
was the convention?
I want to say it
forgot.
was it February?
I think around the same time, right?
It was January or February. It was early.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. It was a good effort. Feedback on the event. It could have been more crowded. It could have been more veterans, especially since it was paid by the government.
Right.
The legislature allocated money to the GOVA office, so the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs, to hold this event. But there were many, many empty seats.
And what we got to do is we got to really work on that, right? And when we talk about that, right, so we've already reached out through HMI to really talk with the director and his folks over there. Maybe we can join these two events together, right? And hopefully do more of what we've been doing where, we worked with MWR, we worked with West Care on the summit, right? And we got to continue to do this because that's the only way that we can continue to bring our veteran organizations together is by collaborating and working together. So,
well, let's hope that becomes a good event for
we'll see.
2026.
I mean, they've already been contacted, so we're going to keep pushing on our end for what we need to do for our summit. And by the way, the summit was given birth to because of the symposium. We had our 4th symposium this year.
Yes.
And at the 3rd symposium, the veterans were saying we need more, so that gave birth to the summit. And that's where we're at with that. So the summit will be taking place in the beginning of the year. A lot of good things going on there. Hopefully, before that, we've already pushed out the proclamation, right? And if that proclamation goes out, do you want to tell them what the proclamation is going to be for this year? I mean, next year?
Oh, no, we can wait towards the end.
Towards the end? All right. So what's next?
So the next is a fundraiser event. So there was a veteran golf fundraiser.
Okay.
And that was headed by Norma
Castellan
and Bob Kelly.
Yeah, she's over at Chugash, and she's a veteran, right? Bob Kelly, also a veteran. MSC, I think, is his company.
Yes.
So they're both veterans, and they took lead on that. So it's another way that HMI and our veterans organizations are trying to bring other organizations together to really promote that. And that's part of what the year was about, right? Was trying to get more veterans involved and coordinating these different events that we have so that we get more participation from not just veterans but other organizations to come on board.
And then the next event was the Women Veteran event. So that's the women, recognition of women in the military because they weren't allowed to join the military or have certain combat roles.
Yeah.
So that was changed, and that's something that is celebrated every year. So the Women Veteran event. So we had a guest speaker, we had a luncheon for women veterans, we did activities, we had raffle prizes.
So men aren't invited to that, are they?
They can come, but it's geared towards women.
Oh my gosh, hence the name, right?
Yes.
Do we have a men's veteran event?
Male veterans always complain about that. But no, women veteran event.
We got to look at that.
And then after that was a huge event, the Veteran Symposium, the 4th annual Veteran Symposium at UOG. Thank you to the staff at UOG. And then
President, right?
Yes.
The president early on, we met her at the same conference?
The same conference.
Oh, by the way, we went to the same, was that this year, the same conference?
No, that was last year.
Was last year? Latter part?
Yeah, November.
Okay, so when we went to the same conference, we bumped into the president,
Yes.
President Anita Enriquez,
Yes.
and she said, you guys come up and we'll do the symposium.
Lecture hall.
Yes, so we were forced to use that place. It was great. And then who got to speak?
One of the professors.
The deans, yeah.
Yes, one of the deans.
Oh man, you didn't have her name, huh?
I know.
You're gonna get in
There's
trouble.
so many.
Yes.
There's so many people to
Well,
thank.
Okay.
So thank you to UOG, staff at UOG, and then leading that from the HMI organization was Mary Uggan, Tom Atta,
Yes.
Edith Mesa, Frank and Chris Tadegui, Joe Ramos.
Yeah.
And then the food was provided by veteran-owned Dugout.
Yes, that's right.
The food was delicious.
Another collaboration where we try to get other, yeah. I think they did the food also for the golf tournament.
Oh, they did. Yes, they did do.
That's
yes.
right. So it's a veteran that that was doing that as well.
Right. And then another big thing that came out was the OPA report about.
We don't have any more events to talk about?
Well, we're still.
Oh, okay,
we're
go
still
ahead. We'll do
going,
the
yeah.
OPA, okay.
The next thing was the OPA report, and that was, that was huge because it was 40-some pages of, findings on the Guam Office of Veteran Affairs down in Assen. So even though, the nonprofit organization HMI started Year of the Veteran Count and Registry, the GOVA office has only registered 2,197 veterans from 2017 to today, to 2025.
Yeah. And so, I guess this might be a good time to plug Eddie Regis, right? Eddie Regis and his nonprofit. By the way, Eddie Regis is a veteran. I'm getting tired of recognizing all these veterans on this island, but it looks like these guys continue to serve, even after they've gotten out of service. And I think it's just in our blood and in our, the way we've been trained. So the whole idea behind that was Eddie Regis many years ago had done some things with his nonprofit of disabled folks to try to help down at the cemetery. And I think he still continues to do that. And we really appreciate that kind of effort, and he continues to look at more ways to take care of doing the things that we do for our veterans. So I'm just saying that he's working, I think, with the director and some things. So again, right, just really good things happening around, all the efforts that, our veterans are looking at. We could call out all the problems all day long. Anybody can do that, right? This is bad, this is not working, this is not supposed to be this way, but to really sit down and really take action, to do something, right? If there's no outreach, have you gone to the villages and done outreach? Have you guys done that?
Yes.
Oh yeah? What do you guys do?
Go to the villages where the veterans are, and that's something that leaders need to know. Right. You have to go where the veterans are. You can't just come here once a quarter and set up in the mall and expect all the veterans to come to you.
Right, and they said it every 3 months they do that, right? And that's the Hawaii office doing that you're mentioning, right? And I think a lot of times they get together with the GOVA office, right? So that being said, right, there's also what we do as HMI, right? Every month we go out and we go to different villages, thanks to all our mayors out there that have provided us a space and, actually helped us with a lot of that. Most of the things that we're doing, for those of you that are leaders out there that are listening, okay, most of this work that's being done by HMI and the different efforts that we have are efforts that are being done through veterans, right? Veterans are donating to this effort, right? So they donate to the nonprofit. HMI is a 501c3. Yes, we can ask for donations. So if somebody out there is trying to twist your mind, telling you that we can't ask for donations, yes, we can, right? We can solicit for different things to help us with trying to take care of the different things that we're doing, like our outreaches. So that's where we get help. We also get help from our business supporters, folks like Ambrose usually provide us drinks, right? So that's also something that, you know, we have to really be thankful for. So let's go back to the OPA report,
Yes.
right? So on the report also, right, so we look at it as an opportunity, right, to improve, right? We find ways to look at the things that are being said that, you know, need improvement. And as we've been saying, if we're going to wait for somebody to come and help us, right, we're going to be waiting a long time. And what we need to be doing is to work together. No, that's just not a catchphrase. That's just not saying it. The actions have to be there. When we talk about coming together, we talk about the things that we've been doing this year by inviting other veterans and veterans organizations and working together to get them to do these things. So that's going to help us a long way to get past the deficiencies that we might be having and start improving on that by working together.
So let's move on to the next thing was the 5K, the Veteran 5K. That was headed up with United for Veterans. Thank you to Tammy Castro, Benny Barcinas, Tiana Guerrero, Terry Quabo at the Guam Cancer Care. That was a very, very successful 4th annual Veteran 5K. Thank you to Guam Running Club.
Yes, all veterans, all different entities that, again, HMI is bringing together and helping our veterans to see that if we work together, there isn't anything that we can't do. We can do just about anything. And this is going to continue to grow, and it's going to be something that we want to do. So thank you to those guys for helping us with that.
And the 75-inch TV that was won, it was won by the nonprofit organization that organizes the outreach part for the Operation Christmas Drop. So they actually won the TV, and they're going to re-raffle it off at their 5K to raise more funds.
Okay.
Then was the 3rd annual Veterans Gala at Dusit. Thank you to Rob Jackson and Charlie Hermosa for heading that up.